Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope every one of you are fine and I welcome you all to our YouTube channel Gurmantra Shiksha Kagran and I'm your educator Saranya. And today we are going to learn about PCR. What is PCR? PCR is basically polymerase chain reaction. So we are going to learn a lot of things about PCR. Okay. Yes. So this is also an important technique, and I don't know if you guys have done it or not. I hope you guys would have done it, but if not, also it's okay. You will definitely do it some point of your life in your research career. Okay. So let's learn today about PCR. So PCR is a technique that is used in the lab to make millions of copies of a particular section of DNA. So what is PCR? It is basically polymerase chain reaction. Okay, the full form of PCR is polymerase chain reaction. Okay, so this technique is used to make multiple copies. Okay, so many copies, even millions of copies of a particular section of DNA. So the main purpose of this technique is to produce large quantity of a same DNA, similar to cloning. Okay, it was first developed in 1980s. So the polymerase chain reaction was originally developed in 1983 by the American botanist Carrie Mullis. Okay, you should know this name because this question, like who has discovered polymerase chain reaction, they've actually asked you in some exams like life science examination. So you should know that because for this work he got Nobel Prize. It's a big deal, right? So for this work, he got Nobel Prize. And so you should know Carey Mullis is the person who actually developed polymerase chain reaction. Okay, so what is PCR? PCR is used in molecular biology to make multiple copies or simply to amplify the small sections of a DNA or a gene. Amplify, okay? Using PCR, it is possible to generate thousands of millions of copies, okay? Thousands of millions of copies of a small section of DNA in a short period of time. So using a common tool, so PCR is a common tool. It is used in medical, biological research. It is used in early stages of processing DNA for sequencing, for detecting the presence or absence of a gene to identify pathogens during infection. Even this is used in forensics. And one of the most important and recent use of PCR is for test corona. COVID-19 test they do using polymerase chain reaction, especially quantitative real-time PCR is used, okay, to detect COVID-19. Okay, so it is also used in detection of diseases. Okay, so how does this work? How does PCR work? So PCR mimics what happens in a cell when DNA is copied. So what happens in a cell when DNA is copied? Replication, cell division. One cell is divided into two daughter cells. This is what happens in cell division. So PCR also copies the same mechanism. Okay, but this happens in a controlled lab conditions. The machine that is used is called as a PCR machine or a thermocycler. So the machine which we use to conduct PCR reaction is called as PCR machine or a thermocycler. You should know this name, thermocycler. They might ask you thermocycler in the question and not give PCR, but you should still know it is same. So the test tubes containing the DNA mixture of interest are put in the machine. Test tube is not actually literally test tubes, but they are small microfuge tubes. Okay, and the machine changes the temperature to suit each step of the process. There are several steps in PCR, and for each step the temperature changes. So the standard ingredients that are required in the PCR is the DNA segment, that is template. Okay, that is called as template. And the specific primers. You know what is primers? Primers are short oligonucleotide sequence. Okay, they are single stranded. They will go and bind to the complementary sequence. Primers will be of a particular sequence, for example ATC, GC, like that. Okay, that sequence will go and bind to the complementary sequence present in your template. and that will be polymerized, which means extension, double-stranded DNA formation will take place. Okay, so primers are actually artificially synthesized because you want to amplify only a specific sequence of DNA. If you do not give a specific sequence of DNA, how will it amplify your gene of interest? Right, so you have to be specific in what particular segment of your DNA has to be amplified, and for that purpose primers are used. Primers will be short sequences of DNA which will be complementary to the gene of your interest. So this primer will go and bind to its complementary strand, that will be your gene of interest, and it will amplify that region. Okay, so heat resistant DNA polymerase enzyme. So DNA polymerase enzyme is required for the extension. Primers will go and bind to the DNA segment, but you'll have to amplify it, right? For that purpose, you definitely need polymerase enzyme. So heat resistant DNA polymerase enzyme is required. Okay, heat resistant DNA polymerase enzyme. And why do you need heat resistant? Because we are going to use a range of temperatures in PCR reaction. Okay, a range of temperatures in PCR reaction, and for that purpose you will definitely need heat resistant enzyme, or else it will get denatured. The four different types of DNA nucleotides, that is A, T, C and G, are required because when you are building a new strand you should need these nucleotides. Okay, the polymerase enzyme will read the template and will attach new nucleotides in the second strand, so that at the end of the experiment you will get two double stranded DNA. Okay, from one double stranded DNA you will get two double stranded DNA. So the salts needed to create a suitable environment for the enzyme to act. Cofactors, right? Magnesium ions, all of these are required. So all of these will be present as a mix. So what is the PCR process? So first step is denaturation. As in DNA replication, the two strands of double helix is separated. Here also two strands, that is double stranded DNA, will be separated into single stranded DNA. Okay, and for this purpose temperature should be increased, causing the hydrogen bonds between the two strands of DNA to break, and this process is called as denaturation. Okay, the second step is annealing. So primers will go and bind to the target sequence and start polymerization, adding new nucleotides with the help of the enzyme DNA polymerase. So this can only occur once the temperature of the solution has been lowered. So denaturation will happen at a higher temperature and annealing will happen at a lower temperature. One primer binds to each strand, that is a forward primer and a reverse primer will be present. Next is extension. Extension is new strands of DNA are made using the original strand as a template. The original strand which you already have, the double strand which you already converted into a single strand, that will act as a template. The DNA polymerase enzyme will read the template and add one by one the DNA nucleotides. So this enzyme is often Taq polymerase. Okay, one type of DNA polymerase is Taq polymerase. So we are going to use Taq polymerase enzyme, and this enzyme has been isolated from thermophilic bacteria. Okay, thermophilic bacteria, it is called as Thermus aquaticus. Okay, so the order in which the free nucleotides are added is determined the sequence of nucleotides in the original template DNA strand. Okay, so the result of one cycle of PCR is two double stranded sequences. One cycle of PCR, when one cycle of PCR ends, you will get two double stranded sequences, that is the end product. So each containing one newly made strand and one original strand. So the cycle is repeated so many times. Okay, usually like 20 to 30 times it will be repeated. You will get billions of copies of DNA within hours. Okay, so you can see here, this is the double stranded DNA, original template DNA, which will be converted into single strand DNA at the stage called as denaturing stage. Denaturing stage, 94 to 95 degrees Celsius for 2 minutes. Denature, the bonds, that is the hydrogen bonds between the double stranded DNA will be broken and you will get two single stranded DNA. Next is annealing stage. The temperature, you can see this temperature has been lowered to 50 to 56 degrees Celsius. Now the primers will be attached and your DNA polymerase enzyme will be bound here. Next is extension stage. Extension stage, you can see, happens at 72 degrees Celsius. Extension formation of the two new strands. So now you get from one double stranded DNA, you get two double stranded DNA. Okay. So the templates will be restored. One strand will be for going here and another strand will come here. One newly synthesized strand here and another newly synthesized strand here. Okay, so the resultant product will contain one copy of the template and one copy of the newly synthesized strand. Okay. So this is the main step of polymerase chain reaction. Whatever we studied in this slide as a sentences is put in a picture over here. Okay. So let's understand each and every stage in detail. So the first stage is denaturing stage. Okay, denature. During this stage, the mixture contains template DNA and all the core ingredients, all of the ingredients, the PCR, it's called as PCR mix. All the ingredients together is called as PCR mix. It will be heated at 94 to 95 degrees Celsius. Okay, so the high temperature causes the hydrogen bonds between the bases between the two strands to break, and the two strands will be converted into single strand. Okay, double stranded DNA will be converted to single stranded DNA. This will result in two single stranded DNA, which will act as a template for the production of new strands of DNA. It is important that the temperature is maintained at this stage for long enough to ensure that the DNA strands have completely separated. So this usually takes around 30 seconds. Okay. Next is annealing stage. So during this stage, the reaction is cooled to 50 to 65 degrees Celsius. So reaction is cooled. So this will enable the primers to attach to its complementary sequence in the template DNA using hydrogen bonding. Okay. Now the primers are basically single stranded DNA sequences, or it can be an RNA sequence which can be around 20 to 30 base pairs in length. Okay, bases in length. The primers are designed such that they are complementary to the sequences of the template DNA, especially the gene of interest. Especially the gene of interest, it will be complementary. Primers serve as the starting point for DNA synthesis. Yes, primers will be acting like a starting point. The polymerase enzyme can only add DNA bases to the double-stranded DNA, right? The polymerase enzyme can add bases to the double-stranded DNA. Since in denaturation step, we have actually created single-stranded DNAs. All the DNAs are now single-stranded. So it requires a double-stranded DNA to add the new bases. So how do we make it a double-stranded DNA? And how do we actually make which particular sequence of DNA has to be replicated? That is where your primers comes into play. When primer goes and binds to your gene of interest in the template strand, now this becomes a double-stranded DNA, but not completely. Okay. To at that particular gene of interest region alone, it will be double-stranded. Now polymerase enzyme will come and bind to the double-stranded DNA and extend it. New nucleotides will be added. Okay. So only once the primer has bound to the polymerase enzyme, it will attach and start making the new complementary strand for the DNA. Okay. So this will usually take around 30 seconds. So next step is extension. You have to extend it. So during this final step, you're going to increase the temperature again to 72 degrees Celsius for the new formation, new DNA formation. Okay, where the Taq polymerase enzyme will be adding new bases to the new strand of DNA, having the template DNA. Reading the template DNA, new strand will be made. 72 degrees Celsius is the optimum temperature for the Taq polymerase to work. Okay, why 72 degree? Because it is an optimum temperature for this enzyme to be completely active. It attaches the primer and then adds the DNA bases to the strand one by one from the 5' to 3' direction. Always the direction is same. The result is a brand new DNA strand and a double-stranded molecule of DNA. Okay. So these three processes of thermal cycling are repeated to around 32 times. Like 32 times usually it will be done. So you can get lots and lots of copies of your sequence of interest. So now the new fragments of DNA that are made using PCR will act like a template to which the DNA polymerase enzyme will start making new DNA. So the result is a huge number of copies of specific DNA segment produced in a very short period of time. So you can see here, this is a double-stranded DNA which has been converted into two single-stranded DNA. Now new strand is added by the polymerase enzyme. You can see here, now this is again, this is one cycle. Okay, this is one cycle. Second cycle starts here. This will again split into single-stranded DNA. Same way this also. Again new strand will be added. So this is cycle number 2. From cycle number 1 you will get 2 strands. Cycle number 2 you will get 4 strands. Cycle number 3 you will get around 8 strands. So this will increase in exponential way. Okay, exponential increase in the copies of DNA. So you can see this is the template DNA. Okay, this will be denatured such that double stranded DNA will be converted into single stranded DNA. Now your primers will come and bind. This is the primer. Okay, this is the primer. Okay, primers will come and bind. Taq polymerase will extend the primers. Okay, so first is denaturation step at 96 degrees. Double stranded DNA will be converted into single strand. Next is primer adding. Annealing happens at 55 degrees Celsius. You can see primer has been added. Next is primer extension at 72 degrees Celsius. Primers has been extended and the newly synthesized strand has been formed. So the result of the first cycle is one double stranded DNA molecule has been converted to two double stranded DNA molecule. Okay, now this you can repeat like how many ever times you want. Usually it is repeated for 32 times. So this is the first cycle, 2 strands you'll get. Second cycle, 4 strands. Third cycle, 8 strands. Okay. So the result of PCR reaction, after you made this reaction, you cannot see anything. It will simply like a water in a microfuge tube. You cannot see anything. So what you will have to do is you're going to take that sample from that microfuge tube and run it in a agarose gel electrophoresis. Okay, to see if your sequence has been multiplied or not. So in agarose gel electrophoresis, what will happen? The band will separate based on its size. The band will separate based on its size. And the intensity is the thickness of the band will tell you how much it has been formed. Okay, thickness of the band will tell you how much it has been formed. Okay, so this will be the result of the PCR product. Based on the ladder length, you can actually find out. So polymerase chain reaction process, this is the summary of all of your steps in the polymerase chain reaction. First step is denaturation, double stranded DNA. You can see here double stranded DNA is getting separated into single stranded DNA. The hydrogen bonds in between is broken. Now primers will be added. Okay, primers will be added. That is the annealing step. DNA polymerase, Taq polymerase will come and bind, and extension. It will extend the newly synthesizing strand. Okay, so in one cycle you can get from one DNA, one double stranded DNA, you will get two double stranded DNAs. Okay, that will be now acting as a template and further reaction will go on. That's all guys about the PCR. This is the main concept of PCR. Yes, there are several types of PCR based on the application. Okay, there are several types of PCR, like so many types are present. If you are interested, you can actually learn it. Okay, there are so many resources from where you can learn different types of PCR. But yes, for GATE BT, what is PCR and the principle behind PCR is more than enough. Okay, so if you are a CSIR net aspirant and are interested in joining an academy platform, detailed paid class subscription, you can do that. Just follow Neha Taneja ma'am. What are the advantages you'll get? You'll get daily live classes. You can chat with your educators. You can engage in discussions. You can ask your doubts, answer in polls. They'll actually ask you questions in which you can answer the poll, and everything will be going on when the class is live. Okay, next will be structured course. So in CSIR net you will have around 13 units, right? You will have 13 units. All the 13 units will be completed. Okay, all the 13 units will be completed live along with aptitude. Okay, along with aptitude everything will be completed. Next will be live tests and quizzes. You will have live tests and quizzes going on now and then for just to analyze your performance. Next will be unlimited access, which means the videos which you missed, or sometimes if you want to see the videos again, you are having recordings of the video. You can watch anytime you want. Next is these are the pricings for different months. Okay, pricings for different months, and for getting 10% off you have to use the referral code NEHA. Okay, so you can like, share, subscribe, and also comment guys. You have to comment so that I'll let you know how much, I mean you will let me know how much this class is benefiting you, or what any changes you want, so I can also do the need accordingly. Okay, so you can subscribe to our YouTube channel Gurmantra Shiksha Ka Granth. You can join our Telegram channel Gurmantra, because you will get all the updates over there. You can also join our Facebook page. Okay, you can visit our website And if you have any queries, you can contact us on tanishanehaofficial@gmail.com. Also, you can call us on 9351280000. Thank you so much, guys. Have a nice day. Keep preparing, and all the best to all of you.